There was a big spotlight on Blyth Spartans training this week, but it came from the local media rather than the bright lights of Croft Park. The eyes of the footballing world are once again on the North East as the Green Army return to the FA Cup first round proper, looking to emulate previous giant-killing success of the late 70s and more recently in 2008. Former Hartlepool midfielder and current Spartan Stephen Turnbull told BSAFCTV that the squad are relishing the opportunity of Sunday's encounter against Altrincham and the potential of progression towards further glamour ties against Football League opposition.
Right, Stephen, eyes are once again on Blyth Spartans this weekend, back in the first round of the FA Cup. Just what does it mean?
Hey, everyone's buzzing. It's a competition that this club loves. It's a big game, it's a winnable game, so I think everyone's just thinking hopefully we can get through it and reach as far as they did in the last round, the third round, something like that.
On that, do you think about the club's history when you're preparing for a game like this?
Yeah, you do. I've said to other people in the press, like in the last couple of weeks, like you just you feel as though something's happening at the minute. Like I heard it in the, I think it was 87 or something like that. They went on a cup run in the third round, fourth round, something like that, and a lot of things are similar. And you just, when the history comes into it, you think, you know, like it's a nice place to be. You see all the photos up in the changing room and stuff like that, and you think, oh, I would like that to be me. Do you know what I mean?
You touched upon Blackburn in 2009. As a player, do you think about those sorts of glamour ties? Or
definitely, no doubt. Like they're the ones you want to be involved in. You want your friends to see you on TV and everyone to be buzzing. Like when I'm out, even in South Shields and that now, people say, oh, I see you in the FA Cup, I seen you on TV the other night. They're the games you want to play and you want to prove yourself against the best players. So definitely the dream ties. You know what I mean? The bigger the club you play, the better the occasion.
And obviously games at Croft Park have been few and far between in the last few weeks. Just how important is it to be back here in front of the Green Army this weekend?
Yeah, it's nice to be at home players. Whenever you play at home, you feel like you should go out and take the initiative. You know what I mean? And like I say, we're in a good set of form at the minute. I think we've lost one in the last 12 games, and there's been a lot of games away from home. So hopefully, with the fans behind, we'll kick on again, because you get them fans behind you, and it just gives you a lift. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get a result on Sunday.
And finally, the last week has all been about the cups, with the trophy and the Dutton Sports Cup to come as well. Do you think it's a welcome distraction from the league as a player, or are you looking for success?
No, I just think every game you go into, you want to win. So it doesn't matter whether it's the Dutton's Cup, the Northumberland Senior Cup, you go into every game wanting to win. So for me, it's no distraction at all. You want to play as many games as you can. We've got a decent sized squad here. We must have 20 players or something like that. So now it's just a case of going into each game, take every game as it comes and try and win each game. Something as that.
Standing in their way this weekend is conference side Altrincham, who have been languishing around the lower half of the table in recent weeks. There was comfortable victory against Barwell in the previous round and 3 points on Tuesday against Lincoln City. Spartans Assistant Manager Colin Myers knows that whatever form the visitors are in, they will pose a massive threat to the Green Army's impressive cup run, continuing after this weekend.
So right, Colin, eyes are once again on Blyth Spartans this week, back in the first round of the FA Cup. Just what does it mean to the club?
Oh, it's absolutely massive. I mean, this is what the club's built on, isn't it? The FA Cup runs and the history that the club have of being one of the top non-league sides in the FA Cup. We've drilled it into the players what the history of the FA Cup is. They're fully aware of the past and the 77-78 season, what happened there, and the other cup runs. Luckily, we've got Robbie Dale, who was part of the last one when they played Blackburn. So, you know, Robbie's been telling the lads about how it was and how it feels, and it's a one-off experience for a lot of them.
Do you think it dwells on the players' minds, or is it a case of making their own history this season?
Yeah, it's a lot of them are that young that it doesn't bother them. It's another game to them. There isn't a lot of hype as far as they're concerned. It's just a normal game. We come in training. They know something special's going on because there's a lot of media attention. There's a lot of things appearing in the press, on the television. So there is a slight difference, but they're that young. They just get on with it.
And obviously the previous rounds have all been away from home. Just how big a part will the Green Army play this weekend?
Oh, absolutely massive. We've said at the away games, I mean, what really impressed me was at Leek. It wasn't particularly going well in the first half, I think we all know that, but they just got right behind the lads. They could have went the other way, they didn't, they just got right behind the lads. When we got the first goal, they actually increased the noise levels, and you know, at the start of the game they probably were getting a little bit outsung by the League lot, but come the second half, all you could hear was the Blyth lot. Fantastic.
Will you and Tom be approaching Sunday in any different way, or is it just like any other game?
No, it's any other game as far as we're concerned. We've got things we want to work on. We know a bit about them. We know what shape they play. We'll be working on our team. But we're more concerned about what we do on the day, not what they do. It's another game. If we play the way we can play, then we'll give them one hell of a game.
Yeah, obviously they're teetering on the edge of the relegation zone in the conference, but they comfortably beat Barwell in the last round. No matter what form they're in, they're going to be a difficult test.
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, we're teetering on the relegation zone in the Evo Stick Prem, but league positions in the cup are just nothing. They're meaningless really. They'll be a good side, very well drilled, very organised, very fit, but so are we on our day.
And finally, it's all about the cup in this last couple of weeks. Obviously, the trophy win last weekend and the Dutton Sports Cup tie coming up on Tuesday. Is it an unwanted distraction, or is it a good cup run always been part of the successful blueprint for this season?
Well, I think everybody enjoys a cup run, especially the FA Cup, FA Trophy. I mean, the two premier competitions that the club enters, and you know, everybody enjoys that. It's fantastic for the lads. It's fantastic for the supporters. It is a bit of a distraction when we're looking at the league at the minute, and we're a number of games behind where we should be, which unfortunately means that we languishing down the bottom end of the table, the wrong end for us. The target was always to make the playoffs this year. The more games behind we get, the more unrealistic that becomes. So it's going to be a challenge.